This is going to be a kind of summary install video, not step by step. I'll just be describing it. I'm too lazy to take this all apart. I'm just trying to help some people out. You're going to have your handguard, your top rail, a square locking nut, and the wing nut that these screws go in. You're going to want to start by taking your muzzle device off, and if you're using a tulip or like me, using the lock collar that came with the tulip to time that easier. You're going to want to take all that off. You're going to want to make sure your charging handle's forward with that pin going through the hole, index forward. You're going to want to take your square locking collar, screw it on your bayonet threads with the unthreaded section facing the receiver. And you're going to screw your wing nut on. You want the flats at 6 and 12 so the wings will be on the sides. Don't screw it all the way down, because with this gap for the pin for indexing your quick change barrel, kind of locking it, it's not going to be all the way back, which I think is how they designed it to be. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. So lock collar on there, muzzle device off, charging handle forward, put your wing nut on. You'll have to keep trying this on and off to get it timed properly. Once you get it pretty close, hand tighten that lock collar just to keep the wing nut from moving is easy. I mean, barely tighten it just to put some resistance on it. So when you're getting everything aligned properly, I would suggest installing it with your top rail on so you can have it seamless, lined up correctly. You also get this Delrin plug. There's threads on the inside of your handguard. When your muzzle device isn't on there, your threads will fit on your barrel. Will fit through that hole, and it'll line it properly. Make sure it's not cocked to the side. Because the only thing really holding this is this section right here in the middle. The only thing that indexes this any kind of sideways or anything would be this and your gas plug assembly. You don't have to, if you're just wanting M-lok on your AUG, then you don't have to worry about fitment or how it looks aligning anything. If you do have it aligned pretty good, it starts to be a bit of a pain in the ass to remove your barrel, because it slightly interferes. They've left a little bit of a gap for that reason, I'm thinking, because up against your QD right there, there'd be a gap. You can remove it, it's just a little finicky for your quick change barrel. Before you install this completely, threading these 6 screws in, 3 on each side. If you're using a lock collar and you have the original tulip, or you're like me and use a lock collar to time your muzzle device, not the square one that comes with it, I mean the factory one, you're going to want to put everything, muzzle device, remove your Delrin plug, put your muzzle device back on before you install this, but after you have everything timed correctly and lined up. I think that about covers everything. Trying to think if there's anything I missed. It's not too bad of an install. The most painful part, time consuming, is timing that wing nut. Like I said, you can get an Allen key in there, kind of wiggle it around, take it off. If it's way off, you can spin it around. You get quite a bit of adjustment with the threads to get it exactly how you want it. I think that about covers it. Not a very detailed thing, but I guess a little more in depth than the written instructions.